You know, I'm not sure if I mentioned that I love Grace Potter. Have I mentioned that? That she needs to sit on my face? Okay, good. Then just email me, americano417@gmail.com. Holy shit. Okay, I want to talk about 8 energy. I'm kind of in an 8 energy kick today. I kind of are one. Got some feedback on my videos. And let me just go ahead and cut to the chase. Greatest picture of all time. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. You know, we always have to have who is the greatest. When you talk to an 8, one way that you can get along with an 8 is just fight them. Or talk about who the greatest people who ever lived are. Here's Muhammad Ali and Neil. Why is Neil Leifer one of the greatest human beings of all time? He took this picture. You know, it's Muhammad Ali and the iconic Sonny Liston. Muhammad Ali. So there's your hint. Where am I going with this? Why is Neil Leifer? He's talking about photography again. It's the greatest photo of Muhammad ever taken. So here you go. There's your secret. You want some more grace? I'll give you some grace, but no mercy. No mercy. See what I did there? Like, okay, he's biblical again. He's trying to teach us the difference between grace and mercy. They're totally two different things. Yeah, they are. There's grace. There's grace. There's mercy. No, there's a grace. There's grace. Okay. Sit on my face. Holy shit. If you know Grace Potter and she's kind of having a bad time in her marriage, would you just let her know? All right, that Fibonacci is after. Okay, I took a picture of a ghost, and then I'm gonna talk about Enneagram 8. Look at that. I know it's kind of creepy, but sometimes 8s can be kind of cryptic. Why is this a ghost? Why is this? Look at that. See it? And okay, here's your hint. There's your hint. There you go. Espen Classics. You know, like Espen or ESPN. He didn't even fucking know what he's talking about. Who's this? This is one reason why I love technology. You know, I know AI is going to end up sucking our brains out and putting us in like some sort of fucking beaker. But until then, technology is really cool because it's allowing you to learn about Sonny Liston and Muhammad Ali and Neil Leifer and who this guy is. Oh, here you go. You know, I'm kind of doing this ongoing joke about the most appropriately named people of all time. Here you go. In one picture, Muhammad Ali is fighting Customato. Who is Customato? He is the trainer of Mike Tyson. When have you ever seen two great men fight like this? Oh, and then I'm going to talk about Enneagram 8 energy. Oh, hang on. I got to turn off my grace. Boom, boom. See it? Scholar of boxing. You're like, okay, got too many things going here. I got my grace in the background. Sometimes you can have too much grace, and you don't have enough fighting. So let's do this again. Scholar of boxing, Customato, Mike Tyson's trainer.
He's not that good. I'm telling you, he's putting in jab. See, you've been scholar of boxing.
Now remember that ghost man, he trained Mike Tyson, so we would not have Mike Tyson without Customato, and that's its own story. If you want to know a classic hero's journey, the old man was Customato. Man. So let me show you this. I got a video, I got a comment. Here I am, I'm talking about Enneagram 8. And all the Enneagram is, it's just basically an ancient tool of personalities. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it. There's 9 types of personality. You know, there's 1s and there's 2s and there's 8s, and the 8s are awesome. And I got some feedback. Here's a girl. I'm gonna kind of keep her email off. She is, or keep her name off, her last name. She's talking about one of the challenges that she has in church. One of the challenges that she has in church. And you know, I love photography and I love boxing, but one thing that I want to be very clear about is the Enneagram can point us to healing if we allow it. And the Enneagram is a wonderful and probably the best tool to heal your business, to heal your church, to heal your marriage, to prevent a marriage, to bring into premarital counseling, to bring into your business. In fact, tell me your last conflict, and I'll show you the Enneagram at work where 2 people fought. And one thing you have to know about 8s is they're almost biological, hardwired need to fight against bullshit. Okay? Eights have this thing where they just hate bullshit. They just hate it. Not so much that they dislike it, they can't stand it. And it's almost obnoxious in how they cannot tolerate it, which makes them in spiritual communities very difficult to be around because eights are kind of always saying this story. And it's, here you go. She's talking about how she likes her pastor and her pastor doesn't listen to her. So here you go. And this is going to Rebecca. Thank you for emailing me. Thank you for bringing this up. And what does it look like for an 8 to live in a spiritual community? Well, it looks a lot like John the Baptist. I hate to be so candid with you. And how was John the Baptist perceived and dealt with? What was the story of John the Baptist? And how is that relevant to Enneagram 8? And your pastor may not like the Enneagram, but I promise you, your pastor needs to know the story of John the Baptist. And that he was a voice of truth. And he was a voice of correction. He was a voice, or let me say it more specifically, she was a voice. And you know, this girl who emailed me, she says there's nothing harder than being a female 8 Enneagram. And if all you understand is the Enneagram is, if all it does, if all the Enneagram does for you is help bring self-compassion, then the Enneagram has lived up to its promise for you. If I can use the 8 to help female 8s like themselves, because here's a little secret about 8 energy. 8 energy really doesn't like itself, as opposed to 1 energy that worships itself. Let me show you a clip from Mike Tyson. And then, in your own way, go watch a clip of Megyn Kelly, who's a classic 1. Like Nancy Graces and the Laura Schlesingers of the world and the Megyn Kellys of the world. They adore themselves. It's not difficult for 1s to like themselves. One of the problems with 1s is they like themselves almost too much. Where 8 energy, mostly because of parental rejection and usually abuse, they don't even like themselves until we have a little bit of cussing going on. Let me show you a video, and I hope my video will come up. This is a video of Mike Tyson in Customato. And this is so interesting because this is literally the horse's mouth talking. Mike Tyson, Customato. Remember, Cuss trained Mike Tyson. And I want you to listen to Mike Tyson talk about his self-esteem here as a fighter. And let me show you the power of the Enneagram to lie to us. And remember, the ego is always trying to say, you're not enough. You lack in this way. And that's one way to recognize the 8 or the ego, is to go, am I listening or hearing a voice of deficit, or that I'm lacking, or I'm not good enough? Then that's the voice of the ego. Listen to Mike Tyson talk about his ability to fight. Roll him.
Put me in. Why are you jumping around?
He's talking about Cuss telling him not to jump around the ring.
Any of my earlier fights, you never saw me, when Cuss was alive, that was, you never saw me jumping around and celebrate. Because Cuss, I would come home and Cuss would watch the fight with me. We'd go over the fight. He said, after he'd go over my mistakes, he said, why are you doing that? Why are you jumping around? Do you think you've been practicing this every day for 6 weeks? And why are you jumping? You've been doing this every day. You've been getting the same results every day in the gym. Now you get in the ring, you jump around, act like it was an accident. And so I expect the people to be knocked out. So that's why I never really celebrated. Only as late I did out of arrogance. But when I was first training, I expect people to be knocked out. So really, I don't know if that made me happy or was it anticipated.
You refer there to Customato, who came into your life in your early teens. Can you sum up the influence, the impact he's had on your life?
Well, it was an extraordinary impact because when I first met him, I was just a young street kid. And I never, this is very interesting. I can't believe that I'm trying to explain it. I never had, besides confidence, I never was envious or jealous of anyone before until I met Cuss. You know what I mean? And he gave me those qualities. Well, he made me aware of them. I probably had them all the time because I gravitated to them quickly. So he made me aware of those qualities that you should have this. You could beat him. You're better than him. Not that you could be better if you work hard. You could be better. And you could also achieve good things. You're better than him. And this and that. And why should he have that? And you shouldn't have that. Why should he be better than you? And I never would. And I was intimidated. It would say because he would say it really forceful. So I never had those qualities, and those qualities allowed me to ascend to just achieve accomplishments.
He was a legendary boxing trainer, but for you, he was much more than a trainer.
Well, of course, because he adopted me. I pretty much became his legal guardian. He became my legal guardian, like my father figure. And we dealt with life as a father and son. And so I never knew what, how do I express it? I never knew what it was like for most people that had fathers. I noticed on some occasions they wanted to make their father happy, and Cuss wanted to have a heavyweight champion, and that would make him very happy. I noticed when I won my fights and I won with spectacular knockouts, he was so happy. He'd be like a little child. He would call all his friends, his old friend that's 70, 80 years old, about the cook and say, I got this new kid, he's going to be champion. He's only 14 years old now, but he's going to be champion of the world. And he would light up like a light bulb, you know. So I liked making him happy. I really enjoyed making him happy.
But you lit up like a light bulb as well. I mean, he got you reading, watching films of old boxers, and educated you in a way that you hadn't been up to then.
Well, that's all I ever thought about when I was in my early teens, 13. That's all I thought about was fighting and wanting to be a fighter. I didn't wash much. I didn't do anything much. I just thought about fighting. I read about fighters. And that's just, I wasn't asked I was told this is what you're going to do. You know, I never said, well, this is what I'm going to be a boxer. I would say, this is what, you'll be champ of the world. This is what you're going to do. We're going to be champ of the world. And that was just my goal since I was 13.
And Cuss would say to friends very soon after he met you that this kid's going to be the heavyweight champion.
Yeah, people didn't believe him because I was so small. Small, I was thinner. I was chubby, but I was for a heavyweight champion. I didn't have the, well, this is interesting. I didn't have the appearance of a physical appearance of a heavyweight champion. But he saw it. I don't know what he saw in me, but he saw it.
It's all there. It's all there. Enneagram 8. Enneagram 8. What did you notice about that? What struck out? What stuck out? What did you find interesting? What surprised you? What bias can you drop about an 8 now that you've seen an 8 speak honestly and tenderly about their story? Enneagram 8 is one of the least celebrated energies of the whole Enneagram. Usually when people talk of the Enneagram, they're coming from a 1 perspective or a 4 perspective. And 4s are beautiful and 1s are beautiful. And 3s will tell you how to monetize things. And 2s will tell you something that will help take care of you. And 5s will break it down in some intellectual stuff. And 6s will do whatever the fuck they want to do. 7s aren't even going to watch this, or they're going to listen to 4 other things while they're watching this. They'll get excited about it, and then tomorrow the Enneagram won't even be on part of their radar. 9s haven't watched this, won't watch this. They're going to be eating a bagel, hanging out, chilling out. They care more about a buffet usually, or their couch, or something about that would make their life comfortable. But what makes 8s so wonderful, the mitochondria of the cell, is we bring the power. We bring the power, much like John the Baptist. And so when I read that one paragraph follow-up to an email or an Enneagram video that I put, where this woman's talking about her challenge in church, I want to tell her, they need you so bad. And just remember, John the Baptist didn't get a very good reception either. Email me your thoughts, americano417@gmail.com. Share this content, drop me some PayPal. I'd like to hear your Enneagram 8 story.